Good morning, everyone. I am actually recording this just before the American Grand Prix, so I'm just gonna rush through this voiceover because this is the second time I'm recording this. This is basically just a test video to see my new mic. Not my mic, sorry. The new camera that I got, the helmet camera that I got. I'll just be doing like a 10% race, I think it is. It's a 10-minute timed session and then plus one lap. So I think we were able to do around 16 laps or so. It was pretty fun. Just a party of my friends and I. I am not going to be racing in this video per se, because once again I was recording. I didn't want to have any big incidents on my um, first video. So yeah, I'm not going to be pulling out any moves. If anybody is setting it up my inside, I'm just gonna pull out of it just for recording's sake. Next time if I do upload a new video, I will be racing properly. Anyways, here we are on lap 1. We already make a position, just coming right out of the pit lane. Send it around. So this is the third corner, the first hairpin of the track. So this is a pretty technical track. So corners 1 to 3 are pretty flowy, flat out completely, and then after that you got the technical section of the track, which we are in right now. You just follow through, get a good exit out of here, and somebody spun around, and we are up into P2 from P7, and the first lap hasn't even ended yet, which is pretty good. So now we are going down into the flowy flat out section of the track. Another person's into the barrier, which is going to be a pretty common theme throughout this video, and you just learn how to avoid accidents per se, but you'll see I'm not great at that later in the video. So right now we're just chasing down the leader. I think it's card number 4. I think I have the sheet here. Yeah, so it's card number 4. I'm in card number 18. These are rental cards. The place, just speaking of the card itself, the place that we went to, they changed the engines on the 4-stroke cards recently. So yeah, most of them are using new engine. As you can see, the white fuel tank on the person in front of me, whereas I'm using one of the old engines. It has like a yellow fuel tank. That's the only way you can distinguish them, by just looking at them from far. But the pickup felt weird compared to when I've been here before. I don't know if that's the engine or if it was just me driving. I have no clue. And throughout the session, I wasn't able to get as much rear grip as I have been able to. I actually missed out my fastest lap at this track by around 2 seconds. So it was an okay session, not that great. But as you can see right here, we have caught up to the leader, and it's lap number 4. I've just been rambling on for 3 laps. Once again, just avoiding other back markers while we just pull away from them essentially. Kart number 4, he's a really good driver, good friend of mine as well. We've gone karting quite a few times, and most of the time when I do go karting, it's with him. But yeah, in this session, I just wasn't on it. I just didn't have the base. So yeah. But we do get into the lead sometime in the future. You'll see as you watch the video. We're on to lap 5 now. Once again into the hairpin, following the leader, card number 4. I go behind this person thinking that they're going to send up the inside, but no, they slow down really early. Hindsight, I shouldn't have done that. I should just follow card number 4 through. But you know, in the heat of the moment, I thought that I would just follow the person up on the inside. That didn't really work. And then once again we take a really tight line through the technical section of the track. Oh no, never mind, this is the main straight. We sent it up the inside on the last corner of the leader, and now we're just following him again on the main straight. We're on lap 5 now. The leader goes into the barrier, so now we're in P1, so we just maintain the position for some time, just put some nice distance to the car, put some nice laps in, and just pull away from the leader. Yeah, it's just a lot of people who were going to the barriers. So one of my friends were just having a lot of fun and just pushing people into the barriers. But yeah, we're on lap 6 now. Still in P1, I think we'd open up a sizable gap to the person behind, and then I try to overtake this person around the outside. This is cart number 9, sorry, cart number 2. and they slowed me down on the main straight, and then car number 4 sends it up my inside, and then I was again avoiding incidents. So it was just an unfortunate series of events that transpired down from the middle of the first straight, middle part of the first straight. Camera jitters around here for a bit. I have no clue why. I'll check the settings on my camera for that. Could just be an import issue from the file, but you know, just better check. So we're now on to lap 7. We have come up from 7th place to 2nd place, gone up to 1st place for lap 2, fallen back to 2nd. It's been an eventful race, so the people up in the lead per se. So as I mentioned before, this is a 10-minute session. We were able to do 16 laps, but we don't know the time in the middle of the session. We're just red flagged or checkered flagged in at the end, so you don't really know how much time is left. So you just drive full out. There's no need to really hold back in any of these. My hand was actually hurting a bit, so that's why I'm holding the steering wheel really weird, one hand facing the other direction. But yeah, and even the position on the steering wheel is wrong, but my hand's better now, if you were wondering. I go into this corner much faster than cart number 4, and then I hit him, and then cart number 19 pushes me out of the apex because she missed her braking point. Once again, a very unfortunate series of corners. So we just put in another good lap. We just continue racing in it. Just don't let it affect you. Continue racing. I think two people had a collision over there, or they just like spun out and tried to avoid each other. I have no clue. When you're driving and you just come up on these incidents, you either just brake or you try to find a gap. That's really the only way. You have no clue what's happening. You just see people on the sideline, see people in the barriers. And in hindsight, like when you're watching a recording, something's really funny, but in the race, whoa, it is dangerous. We're on to lap 10 now. We are once again trying to catch up to the leader. I think he has like a second or two gap on us, which we close up really quick. We have, every time we have lost the gap to the leader, we have always been able to make it up really quick. So like in a lap or so, we I make up around a 2-3 second lead into a 1 second gap. So I'd say it's pretty good. My consistency in this session was much better, but he pipped me to the fastest lap by a few tenths, which is pretty annoying. I think on the lap that I did get my fastest lap on, I was shunted off the track, which is very surprising. It was my fastest lap by quite a bit, so I have no clue what happened there. And now we get an amazing exit out of that corner, coming to P1, which is all great and all. We just need to again hold it. And coming out of this corner, we held up on the exit. I think cart number 4 wasn't. They were just following us, so they had a really great run out of this corner. But you can't really overtake on these straights because slipstreaming doesn't really affect these cars much, or at least the straight isn't long enough for it to affect them much. So unless you're alongside them at the beginning of the straight, you won't be able to do much. Or if you dive bomb, as yeah, we lose the position again. Lap number 12. So at this point I'm thinking, alright, we're well into this session. I've maybe got a few laps remaining. I don't know exactly how much, but I knew that, you know, time was getting low. So I was just pushing, and as you can see, I've already made up the gap, and I'm right on his bumper. He is right ahead of me. We go into the straight again, and you'll see what I mean by slipstream doesn't affect anything, because you can see that he's like pulling away on the straight. Once again, I don't know if that's because of the engine or if that's because of my driving or the exit that was really bad. Once again, we pull alongside him, and then I hit a wet patch. I have not hit that at all in this entire session, so I was really surprised. Just lost all rear traction. I always went to a spin, but luckily I was able to save it, so I didn't lose too much time. But I did lose a bit of time, so now I have to make it up again. Lap 14 of 16 P2 once again. So overall, I'd say that this was a pretty decent race. We had some great battles with him. I got a really good exit out of this, but once again, I did not want to dive bomb or cause any incidents. I think that's a smart thing to do for your first recorded session, because you don't really want blatant mistakes on your film. I think the leader got caught up in some back markers over there. Like he had to slow down. So lap 15 of 16, I've once again got the lead and following through on the main straight again, taking a bit of a tight line into corner number 3, and we're just driving. I think that was the leader who's trying to send up the inside, but I cut them off. I take a very tight line into the technical section of the track, get a good exit over here, run him wide. Like I run him really wide. But it was a really good race. We're still in P1 on the main straight, lap 16 of 16. So yeah, that happened, which was so annoying. The car in front of me, I forget his car number, but he was going towards the right of the track, right hand side of the track, and so I decided to start on the left. He decided to come back to the left last minute, last second, and then I hit his bumper, and then I lost the lead. And at this point, I didn't know how much time was left, so I'll just continue pushing. I thought I'd just continue pushing and be able to make it up. And then the session was checker flagged. Overall, pretty decent race. P7 to P2. I gained 5 positions, was able to make it up to P1 quite a few times in the race. And yeah, it was overall a pretty decent race. So if you have any feedback on my karting, on my videos, anything really, please do let me know. And yeah, I guess that's a wrap on my first test video, and thank you for watching.